We want to look at addition and subtraction of decimals. Now, the key to add or subtract decimals is to make sure the decimal points are lined up. Let's look at some examples. 2.5 plus 3.6 is 2.5 plus 3.6. You have to make sure the decimal points are lined up. Even your answer will have a decimal point here. So 5 plus 6 is 11. So I put 1 here and carry 1 over here. And 1 plus 2 plus 3, that's 6. So the answer is 6.1. Let's try another one. 0.256 plus 23.1. Again, it's all about making sure the decimal points are lined up. So, do you see that? The decimal points are lined up, and my answer is going to have the decimal point right here. Again, that's very important. The decimal points have to be lined up vertically. Alright, and then I can go ahead and put zeros over here for placeholder. I can put 0 over here as well. You also have to make sure that all of these numbers are lined up top and bottom. 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus 1 is 3, here 0 plus 3 is 3, I have 2. So the answer is 23.356. How about a decimal point and the whole number? Well, every whole number has a decimal point at the very end. So you have 300, then you have 33.51. You add. But then again, remember, I can put 0 here for the placeholder. Then I will just add. It's very important to make sure numbers are lined up vertically. It's also important to make sure the decimal points are lined up. So here you have 1, 5, 3, 3, 3, right? So 333.51. The interesting thing is whenever you have addition, you can put all of them together. I line up all my decimal points. Very important. So here that means you have a decimal point as well. The answer will have a decimal point here. I can go ahead and fill the rest with zeros. When I'm doing addition, I don't really have to do that. 4, I add all of those numbers, that's 0. I add all of these numbers, that's also 4. I add all these numbers, that's 6, and that's 1. So the answer would be 16.404. Now let's look at some subtraction problems. I have 27.341. I have 19.000 subtraction. So 1 minus 0 is 1, 4 minus 0 is 4, 3 minus 0 is 3. Decimal point, again, make sure they're lined up. 7 minus 9. So that would be 17, that would be 1, 17 minus 9, 8, 1 minus 1 is 0, I don't need to write it, so the answer would be 8.341. Let's try this one. 27.4 minus 10.56. Of course, you have a placeholder for 0. Now, there is a mistake that I've seen a lot of people do. What do you put here? Once you start carrying out your subtraction, some people will put here 6. They will bring down the 6 because you have 0 on the top. But remember, this is not an addition. This is a subtraction. So you cannot do that. You have to bring down here. Make it 10. That becomes 3. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Then here you have 3. 3 minus 5, that's not possible. You have to borrow 1 from here. So this becomes 6. This becomes 13. 13 minus 5 is what? 8. Put a decimal point here again. Can't stress this enough. And then, so 6 minus 0 is 6. And then 2. So the answer would be 26.84. 51 point. Then here 3.009. So I know I will put here 0 and 0 and 0. And then carry out the subtraction. So again, I will not put 9 here. Don't make that mistake. This becomes 10, this becomes 9, this becomes 9, becomes 0. 10 minus 9, that's 1. 9 minus 0, that's 9. 9 minus 0, that's 9. 0 minus 3, that's not going to work for us. So I have to make it 10. I have to borrow 1 from here. So that becomes 4. 10 minus 3, that's 7. So you have 0.7. And then 4, you bring down 4. So the answer would be 47.991.